The current price of XRP for today is $0.331470 and the trading volume for 24 hours is $994,908,169. We are updating our XRP price in US dollars in real time. XRP has dropped 36% in the last 24 hours. Welcome to the Rich Club channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end to like and subscribe. Lawyer John Deaton said that he may sue the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, in connection with the failure to comply with his request under the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, about the official calendar of William Hinman when he was director of the Agency for Corporate Finance. Ripple, XRP, is stuck between the 20-day EMA, $0.33 and the support line of the symmetrical triangle model. Although the price bounced off the support line on July 5, bulls are struggling to overcome the upper resistance on the 20-day EMA. The 20-day EMA continues to gradually decline, and the RSI is in the negative zone, indicating that the bears are gaining the upper hand. Sellers will try to lower the price below the support line. If they manage to do this, the XRP/USDT pair may fall to critical support at $0.28. Contrary to this assumption, if the price rises from the current level or support line and breaks through the 20-day EMA, the pair may rise to the triangle resistance line. A breakout and a close above this level may signal the beginning of growth to $0.48. According to Deaton's lawyer, the SEC responded to his Freedom of Information Act request stating that Hinman's calendar was created for personal use and is not related to the agency's affairs. It looks like I have to sue the SEC because of my Freedom of Information Act request about the Hinman calendar. Initially, the SEC argued that the calendar was created only for his personal convenience and does not represent agency business. Is it possible to believe in such nonsense? He claimed that the SEC had lied and that Hinman's calendar was not used to conduct the agency's business. Deaton's lawyer added a screenshot of one of the documents shared by the popular American whistleblower Empower Oversight, accusing Hinman of violating SEC rules in an attempt to confirm his allegations. I appealed this absurd conclusion, arguing that other agency employees would have relied on his calendar to conduct agency business. We have evidence due to the fact that at Empower_us sued the SEC, Deaton's lawyer added. It is worth noting that lawyer Deaton and the SEC have not been best friends since the beginning of the trial. According to the Crypto Basic, the SEC recently objected to Deaton's attorney's requests to represent 67,000 XRP holders in the upcoming Daubert trial. The issue has since sparked a series of debates. The Securities and Exchange Commission also condemned Deaton's lawyer for disclosing the personal data of one of his experts, who was harassed by members of the XRP community. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has requested permission from the court to file one complex, large, motion to exclude or limit expert testimony to 120 pages. The SEC intends to file motions to exclude or restrict the testimony of 10 experts hired by Ripple Labs and/or Chris A. Larson and Brad Garlinghouse. The defendants Ripple and its executives do not object, provided they are allowed the same page limit for their objections. The agency noted that 10 experts have already submitted numerous reports on various issues related to the trial. It is noteworthy that the reports submitted by these experts amount to more than 500 pages, excluding appendices. In order to save the resources of the court and the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Securities and Exchange Commission proposes to file one comprehensive petition that combines what would otherwise be 10 separate petitions against the defendants' experts into one summary, the Securities and Exchange Commission noted. Lawyer James Phelan announced this on his Twitter page. As noted in the comments, this is a very routine and common step in high-stakes lawsuits. Ripple is going to do the same for all the experts of the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is probably why Ripple needed to hire 2 more lawyers. #XRP community, #SECGovV. #Ripple, #XRP. The SEC has sought permission to file one omnibus, big, motion to exclude or limit expert testimony, up to 120 pages long. Ripple defendants do not object provided that they be allowed the same page limit for their response in opposition. While the public awaits the upcoming court ruling on what will happen to the documents related to Hinman's speech, attorney John Deaton, who successfully obtained amicus curiae status for XRP holders in the SEC v. Ripple case and currently represents more than 67,000 XRP holders, is considering a broader picture of upcoming events. John Deaton drew the attention of the community to the recent decision of the U.S. Supreme Court, which limited the powers of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. The recent Supreme Court opinion on the West Virginia lawsuit against the Environmental Protection Agency has yielded results that show that the Supreme Court can begin to limit the arbitrariness of agencies such as the SEC in matters that should be under the control of Congress. It is possible that the current composition of the SCOTUS Supreme Court may be more inclined to weaken the power of government agencies and limit the powers of agencies such as the SEC, which continues the practice of compulsory regulation. If this is indeed the case, then in the case of an appeal by Ripple, the current situation in the United States may be favorable to her. Perry-Ann Boring, CEO of the Chamber of Digital Commerce, the Crypto Industry Association, said on Twitter, "Today's SCOTUS decision challenges the regulatory enforcement approach that the digital asset industry has been forced to adopt. Without explicit congressional authorization, federal agencies must proceed cautiously. In particular, the industry objects to the SEC's decision that almost all cryptocurrencies are securities and are under its jurisdiction. This is an argument Gensler has been losing lately after a bipartisan Senate bill recommended transferring control of most cryptocurrencies to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC. The Environmental Protection Agency's decision signals that the Supreme Court will not look favorably on regulators like the SEC trying to change the boundaries of their jurisdiction beyond what clearly applies to Congress. There is a core issues doctrine that states that courts should generally not rely on agency law interpretations that deal with issues of enormous economic or political significance. It is currently unknown whether this new doctrine will be affected in the XRP lawsuit, but it is definitely of great importance. The question is whether cryptocurrency will be considered as an issue of enormous economic or political significance, corresponding to the argument of the doctrine of fundamental issues. Attorney James Phelan said on Twitter that the application for admission was rejected due to non-compliance with local regulations. He noted that the testimony was not notarized. Meanwhile, Phelan later stressed that the amended applications for admission to Pro Hackvice have now been filed with notarized affidavits. The new supporters who have joined the Ripple team belong to Kellogg Hansen. The defendants call this a huge step, as the long-standing trial is now moving towards a simplified trial process. Attorney Jeremy Hogan stressed that the new addition will allow the team to conduct additional research before proceeding to decisive proceedings. However, he also mentioned that an important decision will be made this week on Hinman's emails. Meanwhile, the Commission has filed a letter requesting permission to file one comprehensive motion to exclude or restrict expert testimony. He added that the defendants do not object to this petition. Ripple will also be able to file an objection within the same number of pages. The SEC also agreed to this request. The letter mentions that the SEC intends to exclude the testimony of 10 experts. These experts were hired by Ripple Labs and individual defendants in the case. Expert reports include initial and rebuttal reports on issues related to this case. In order to save the resources of the court and the Securities and Exchange Commission, the authorities proposed to file a comprehensive petition. Do you think XRP will be able to win the court and restore its former price? Write the answers in the comments. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, then don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel.